when the Vancouver Canucks play a bad game, and they lose so terribly, nobody panics. But when they actually play competently in the offensive zone, but they're bailed out by a Vezina goaltender and 2 red posts over and over again, everyone loses their minds. Today we're talking about the Canucks and the Jets because, oh boy, they just wrapped up another one, and this one was absolutely incredible. Not incredible from the fact that the Canucks did well, or they won, or whatever. No, they lost. Lost really badly. 5-1 here, but this was just so incredible because I think there must be something going on in the air right now. There has to have been somebody in Vancouver Canucks Nation who did something or who defaced something to really tick off the hockey gods because, my goodness, this Vancouver Canucks game was one that everybody should have been losing their minds over. You see the fact that the Vancouver Canucks actually led in shots in this game. They don't do that often. They outshot the Jets 39-36, and they lost 5-1. Connor Hellebuyck, absolute madman in this one. You know who else was a madman? 2 madmen, the 2 red pipes beside him. Absolutely phenomenal out there for the Jets. You know, I'm not going to go out there and say that the Jets played terribly and they deserve to lose. The Jets definitely played well. I mean, they got 5 goals. Of course, they played very well. It's just, for Vancouver, knowing what you know about this team and seeing this performance against some of the other losses they've had, this game was a lot better than some of the other losses that we have seen. So the fact that the result is the same, that hurts. It does. It kicks you in the morale if you're a Vancouver Canucks fan thinking about where this team can go from here because, wow. The storylines in this one, just crazy. First off, the Canucks lost, yes, but secondly, we have new kryptonite here. We have a brand new Tyler Toffoli on our hands. It's Andrew Copp, and I know the situation is not the same in any respect. Tyler Toffoli, former Canuck, he leaves, he goes away, it's a Benning mistake, it's whatever, he scores a bazillion goals against Vancouver. Okay, cool. Andrew Copp didn't have that same context, but his impact for the Jets tonight was akin to that of the Toffoli thing. I'm pretty sure with Andrew Copp's performance tonight, because he did score 4 goals if you're not reading any of the news, I'm pretty sure his performance gave somebody $100,000 on Save on Food's Score and Win, something like that. It's like 5 goals for $1 million and 4 goals for $100,000. I don't know. Congrats to the winner for that, because, hey, even though our team here might have lost, somebody out there won $100,000, so good on you for being the luck of the draw there. But this game wasn't always Andrew Copp goals, or at least it wasn't for a good 20 minutes to kick things off, because this game was primarily defined by the too many men calls. Some of them were kind of weird. The first one on the Jets, yeah, that one's kind of rough. It doesn't really look like one that honestly should count, but hey, it does, and as a result, the Canucks go on the power play. They don't get anything done because, of course, I mean, they looked okay. It's just Connor Hellebuyck, as we said, he was good in this one, really solid, standing tall up until the very end of the game, but for the most part, he had himself a night. The rest of that period, though, was defined by Virtanen and Edler falling down. We had some offense coming from the Canucks' third line with Mott and Howrluck. They had some pretty good cycling game going on there towards the end of the first, and I was actually a really big fan of it. We also had that Logan Stanley fight with Zach McEwen, so 2 big guys going at each other. McEwen on the bench in the intermission doesn't really sound like he's fazed by it at all. It's just a normal process in the day of Zach McEwen. The second period, though, is where things get absolutely crazy, because Connor Hellebuyck kicks it off with 2 beautiful saves on Jimmy Vesey and another beautiful save on a Bo Horvat centering play as well. The Canucks end up going shorthanded on a too many men call because of course they do, evening up the scales here, at least on paper it looks like that, but no, the Canucks really did just kind of get too many men. Yeah, not great. The power play for the Jets kicked off what was the first of Andrew Copp's best night of his life in his hockey playing career, where a Neil Pionk whip from the point gets tipped in beautifully by Andrew Copp. It's 1-0 Winnipeg, and guess what? The Canucks, after that, take another too many men call. This one was a lot more unfortunate because you could really see the Canucks just kind of holding onto the puck in the offensive zone, and then one guy from the bench just steps on, because why not? The team ends up taking another penalty, and guess what? It is Andrew Copp again who scores off of a rebound in front. 2-0 Airplanes. And the Canucks, really, I mean, they looked good. I'll say that, even though they're down 2-0, they looked good. They won on the power play on a Stanley high stick, and they had a really strong performance in the Winnipeg zone, with Hellebuyck making 5 strong saves over a Brock Besser shot that was coming over from the side. You had another few great opportunities from some of the other guys as well. So Connor Hellebuyck, man, doing some really good stuff out there. But you know what else defined this period? The fact that Tyler Myers just could not get off the ice in like 2 or 3 shifts where he's just hemmed in to the Vancouver zone and the Jets just keep on cycling it. They get their changes going out, it's fine. And Tyler Myers is out there for 2.5 minutes, and the Canucks barely get things out to the neutral zone. Guess who's coming out to replace the other D-man? Okay, it's Travis Hamonic. He goes back into his own zone. Tyler Myers cannot change. Myers, he's gassed. He's kind of like staying out there on the side. He's not really doing anything. And guess what Travis Hamonic does? He sends the pass on the breakout to Tyler Myers, who is right there. He's tired, and he takes the puck. He gives it up because, of course, he is. He's been out there for almost 3 minutes, and then the Jets take it back. They cycle, boom, shot, rebound. It's in the net, 3-0 Winnipeg. What was that, Travis Hamonic? Are you kidding me? At the very least, try to get it out, get it to the neutral zone, get it to a spot that is as far away from that guy who has been out there and who is dead tired as possible. Like, the IQ in this play, what was that? This guy has been out here for so long and you give him the puck? Why don't you reverse around the other side? You get flushed out the other way, okay, it opens up another lane for Myers to go to the bench. And at the same time, Myers, man, you had some time there. Just start making your way to the net. You don't have to stand there on your own half wall waiting for the play to go in front so you can change. Anyways, that was the second period. The third period started off, and the Canucks looked pretty good again. Jake Virtanen had a breakaway. He was stopped by the post. JT Miller was stopped by a post. And Connor Hellebuyck and his bright red friends, they're standing very tall. We had more of that Myers shenanigans going on where he was out there for a really long time. This time he's paired out there with the fourth line. So McEwen's out there, you have Grayovac out there too. Not a great look for the Vancouver Canucks as the Winnipeg Jets hold things in their offensive zone. This one though, it doesn't result in a goal against. And at the 5-minute left mark in the third period, the Vancouver Canucks decide, hey, we did this last time, let's do it again. Let's pull the goalie to try to actually get some offense here. And guess what? It is Andrew Copp who takes the puck at his own blue line, and he wrists it all the way down into the empty net. 4-0 Winnipeg is the score here, and, you know, I'm kind of thinking, yeah, it's the same story, exactly the same story, except this time, Copp gets his first ever hat trick. Of course, it has to be against Vancouver, because it feels like every player's big, significant achievements, whether that's shutouts or goals or hat tricks or whatever, it's always coming against Vancouver. Either it's Winnipeg guys or it's Anaheim goaltenders. That's usually what it feels like here. And you know, at the 4-goal period mark, I was like, yeah, you know, it's kind of over. I'm kind of thinking that the Canucks are going to be out here. It's going to be another repeat of 2 nights ago. Let's try to create some funny taglines to relate how these were the same kinds of games. But no, guess who decides to change the game up? It's Andrew Copp again, who goes to the net after the Winnipeg Jets shoot it in on Demko. He doesn't really handle the rebound well. And guess who's out there in front? It's Copp. He scores his 4th goal of the game. This is the first 4-goal game in the NHL this season. It took us a while, but hey, we finally have one. It's Andrew Copp, of all people, on Winnipeg. Now, to his credit, Copp played really well tonight. I mean, you can't deny 4 goals is really strong for an individual performance, but the fact that at this point it looks like the Canucks are going to get shut out 5-0, shut out twice in a row, and, you know, with all the chances they had, things feel really bad for Canucks fans. But hey, guess what? It's Hoglander! Nils Hoglander scores with like a minute left to put the Canucks on the board. Connor Hellebuyck does not get that second shutout in a row. It is Hoglander who out in front takes a weird rebound himself and pots it in. You know what? I was going to talk about how this game was absolutely terrible because the Canucks weren't able to score. Hey, they got 1 at the very least. Now, with the amount of chances you saw, the amount of high danger opportunities, and the amount of posts they've hit in this game and the last, you would expect a lot more than 1 goal in 2 games. But you know what? if you're going to go out there and talk about Team Tank, you're going to go out there talking about Luke Hughes, you're going to go out there and talk about the draft, this is what you're wanting. And to be honest, for me personally, as a guy who makes videos talking about this team, it's kind of funny watching the reaction from the fan base when the team loses. Honestly, it's kind of why the videos get more views when the Canucks lose, because people are kind of just descending down into madness. So, yeah, you can say, oh, Lego really wants the Canucks to lose so that he can get more views on his YouTube videos. I mean, I'm a fan of this team. You know that I'm in here wanting to see this team win every single night, but you know what? If they lose, it is fine. Do I really look like a guy with a plan? Talk to me in the comments about this Canucks and Jets game. Jets, GG, you guys played really well. The airplanes actually took over tonight. So, talk to me in the comments what you think. I hope you enjoy this. This was 99. And bye.